Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United set to offload Xerxes, and Carrick drops pre-match bombshell ahead of Villa clash. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Manchester United ready to offload Joshua Zirkzee. The future of forward Joshua Zirkzee at Manchester United is looking increasingly murky as we edge closer to the summer transfer window. A major overhaul of the Red Devils' front line is on the cards, and word on the street is that Zirkzee is one of the names likely to be shown the door. The Dutch international is reportedly growing frustrated with his bit-part role at Old Trafford, struggling to cement a spot in the starting 11. His desire for a move is largely driven by a need for regular minutes to safeguard his place in the Netherlands squad for the FIFA World Cup. This predicament has persisted across both the previous regime and the current interim management. Zirkzee arrived at United in July 2024 for a fee in the region of £36.5 million, with the 24-year-old originally brought in to provide stiff competition and cover for first-choice striker Rasmus Højlund. However, as the season has unfolded, Zirkzee's impact has been underwhelming, and he has found consistent Premier League game time hard to come by. Throughout the 2025-2026 campaign, he has managed a mere 4 starts. The battle for place up top has only intensified following the club's heavy investment during the last summer window. Should he call time on a stint in Manchester, a return to Italy appears to be the most plausible escape route. Italian giants Juventus and Roma are both reportedly queuing up to open negotiations for Zirkzee's signature come the summer. Michael Carrick's stunning statement before welcoming Aston Villa. Manchester United are set to contest their 30th Premier League fixture of the campaign as they play host to Aston Villa at Old Trafford this Sunday. Currently perched in third place, United are desperate to get back to winning ways following a disappointing defeat at the hands of Newcastle United. Meanwhile, the visitors arrive with every intention of reclaiming third spot from the Red Devils, with only goal difference presently separating the two sides. Truth be told, Villa could have already leapfrogged United had they not succumbed to defeat against Chelsea last Thursday. In the reverse fixture back in December 2025, United were put to the sword at Villa Park courtesy of a clinical Morgan Rogers brace. However, Aston Villa find themselves in the midst of a grueling schedule, with a Europa League tie on the cards tonight. This fatigue factor is something Manchester United, who now have the luxury of focusing solely on domestic matters, will look to exploit in their pursuit of a straightforward 3 points. This mission for redemption arguably gives United the edge, bolstered by the anticipated return of Mason Mount, Lisandro Martinez, and Nasser Mazraoui from the treatment room. Conversely, Villa are currently navigating a bit of an injury crisis with 6 players sidelined, compounded by the fact they won't be at 100% fitness following their European exploits. That setback against Newcastle didn't just snap the Red Devils' fine run of form, it laid bare a vulnerability in the middle of the park, which struggled to cope with high-octane intensity. For the Old Trafford faithful, this showdown with Villa isn't merely another date in the diary. It is a true litmus test for Carrick's men to prove they possess the mettle to remain steady under the relentless pressure of a top-4 scrap. On the flip side, Unai Emery arrives with a reputation as a master tactician who delights in gate-crashing the big occasions. Villa's commanding victory over United in December serves as a stark reminder that Morgan Rogers and his teammates have the blueprint to carve open a United backline that, at the time, was still under Ruben Amorim's tutelage. Even with the villains forced to juggle their continental commitments, their squad depth remains a massive threat, particularly with a counter-attacking prowess that has frequently haunted the hosts. The news of Lisandro Martinez returning to the heart of the defense is a massive shot in the arm for the United supporters. The Argentine's presence is expected to restore a sense of composure and superior ball distribution from the back. With Mason Mount and Nasser Mazraoui also back in the fold, Carrick boasts far greater tactical flexibility to stifle Villa's aggressive wing play. The physical battle will undoubtedly be the decider, given Villa's disciplined approach to maintaining their shape between the lines. The stats suggest both clubs are at boiling point, locked on identical points with a shared obsession for Champions League qualification. Old Trafford is poised to witness a high-stakes tactical chess match where any lapse in concentration could prove ruinous for their league standing. With the rivalry reignited this season, this is being billed as one of the most pivotal fixtures in the March calendar before we hit the business end of the season. Ahead of the match, Michael Carrick has insisted that United's primary focus is a mental reset after their unbeaten streak was halted by that narrow loss to Newcastle. Carrick was candid in admitting the performance was below par and refused to offer up any excuses for the result. To his mind, defeats are par for the course in such a cutthroat league, but he has demanded a reaction from his players to get the season back on track immediately. He noted that the squad is itching to get out there and has prepared meticulously, emphasizing that this clash must serve as a turning point for the Red Devils. Carrick is well aware that this is no ordinary match, but rather a direct shootout for league position. With both Manchester United and Aston Villa sitting on 51 points in third and fourth respectively, he has labeled this encounter absolutely crucial for securing a seat at Europe's top table. Though United currently hold the advantage on goal difference, he issued a stern warning to his squad not to take their foot off the gas against their nearest rivals. The sheer magnitude of the top four stakes is bound to ramp up the tension on the pitch. Reflecting on an 11-day preparation window, Carrick revealed that the team has undergone a deep post-mortem to rectify the flaws exposed in their previous outing. He expressed his delight with the response at Carrington, noting that the players have maintained a positive outlook and a ravenous hunger for victory. That said, Carrick paid his respects to Unai Emery and the Villa squad for their consistency throughout the season. He acknowledged that the opposition is a formidable, well-drilled outfit that cannot be taken lightly, suggesting that physical readiness and tactical discipline will be the keys to nicking all 3 points at the Theatre of Dreams. Man United eye Brazilian defender for summer transfer window. Manchester United's defensive line is currently under intense scrutiny as concerns regarding squad stability continue to mount. What was initially perceived as sufficient squad depth has transformed into a gaping void, demanding immediate attention from the club's hierarchy. This predicament is forcing the Red Devils to completely reevaluate their transfer strategy ahead of the summer 2026 window. The primary issue haunting the club is Matthijs de Ligt's ongoing fitness struggles. Since early December, the Dutch centre-back has been sidelined with a back injury originally thought to be a short-term niggle. However, as we move into mid-March, the medical department has yet to provide a definitive return date, adding to a frustrating track record after he managed only 13 league appearances last term. Similarly, Lisandro Martinez's injury record is proving to be a major headache for United's medical staff. The man affectionately known as the Butcher suffered yet another setback just before the Everton clash in February. Whilst he remains the first choice in the heart of the defense, his physical durability is increasingly being questioned following a string of injuries since his arrival in 2022. The statistics paint a worrying picture for a key player at the highest level. Martinez has never managed to clock up 30 league starts in a single season for United. Indeed, last season was marred by a severe ACL tear. With only 14 appearances to his name this campaign, the club's reliance on him is starting to feel like a gamble too far for the long term. This persistent absence has left a massive hole in the squad's tactical flexibility, often forcing the manager to field makeshift defensive partnerships. Consequently, the recruitment of a new centre-half has surged to the very top of the club's priority list. United recognize that to compete on the European stage next season, they require a player who possesses not only technical quality, but also the physical resilience to cope with the grind. The search has been narrowed down to profiles with proven Premier League pedigree who are still within their peak years. Nottingham Forest's young Brazilian standout, Murillo, has emerged as the candidate who fits the bill perfectly. The 23-year-old is viewed as the ideal blend, given his extensive experience in the English top flight. United's interest in him is reportedly intensifying as uncertainty looms over the futures of de Ligt and Martinez. The scouting department has been particularly impressed by his composure on the ball and his ability to initiate attacks from the back under pressure. Physical reliability is the defining factor making Murillo such an enticing prospect for the Red Devils. Throughout the season, he has racked up 30 appearances for Forest across all competitions, a stark contrast to the injury woes of United's current defenders. His arrival would offer the guaranteed availability the club so desperately needs amidst a congested fixture list. This ambitious plan will undoubtedly trigger a significant squad overhaul in the summer. United may well have to consider offloading injury-prone players to make room for the Brazilian. The likelihood of a deal is expected to increase significantly should Nottingham Forest fail to maintain their Premier League status at the end of the season. Should Forest suffer the drop to the Championship, United would likely look to capitalize on their misfortune to negotiate a more favorable transfer fee. Interestingly, amidst this injury crisis, Harry Maguire has emerged as the most dependable figure in the ranks. Although his contract is set to expire at the end of the season, his consistent performances of late have led to serious discussions regarding a contract extension. Maguire could serve as a reliable safety net should United decide to overhaul their backline and bring in fresh Brazilian reinforcements. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.